724, welcome back, everybody. Mortgage Brokers Ottawa.com is here. Frank Napolitano is not. He's a little under the weather, so his partner Mike Happy is here. How are you?
Doing great.
Good to see you, Mike. Good
Thank
to see
you.
you. Yeah, Frank's got to be sick not to make this.
You know what? This is his shtick.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
I ran into him on the weekend, and he did not look good. And you were just away with him last week, right?
We were indeed, but yeah, it's under the weather, so I thought I'd pop in today.
Get well soon, Frank.
All the best.
I tell you what, if people haven't got one already, and these come from time to time, I think a couple times a year, these mortgage statements, but definitely at the end of the year, right?
Definitely. Some institutions will send 6-month statements, but every institution will send an annual one.
Yeah, an annual statement, an annual mortgage statement. And to be honest with you, a lot of times, and I've done it, I've opened it up and go, oh, it's my mortgage statement. I will keep it, but I don't really examine it.
Yeah.
People should.
Absolutely. There's no question about it. What we find is a lot of people will look at it, no actions required. They have a peek at it, see what they paid off, file it away, that's it.
Yeah.
Unless there's sometimes a maturity coming up, they might take a little longer look at it and start shopping around. But typically, annually, they just file it away, and that's absolutely the wrong approach.
Yeah, we should be taking a good look at this.
There's no question. I find more and more people spend more time looking for an entertainment system versus actually spending time trying to save thousands of dollars that can equate to tens of thousands of dollars on their mortgage.
Okay, so I look at my mortgage statement. How is it I'm going to save money? What can I do? What am I looking for?
Well, first and foremost is understanding your statement. And quite often people don't actually understand what they're looking at. So get it in front of a professional. Now, a lot of people might take it back to their primary lending institution, and that's not a bad thing to get some advice. But we certainly recommend going to an accredited mortgage professional, looking at going to a professional that actually has access to many different lenders. What I typically find is if you are working with one particular lending institution, you're limited to that product. So if you come to me and I work for one particular institution, I'm going to tell you that the product that I've got is the best product.
Why wouldn't you? That's your job.
There's one misconception out there, and people think that because lenders and banks are government regulated, that they're government owned, and that's not true. These are profit centers, record profits, so they have an interest to earn a profit for their shareholders.
Banks make an unbelievable amount of money.
Yeah, there's no question, and it's important to note, these banks are our partners, but, you know, today, CIBC could have the best rate. Tomorrow, Bank of Nova Scotia could have the best rate. The next day, TD Canada Trust could have the best rate.
Yeah.
So the different lending institutions, depending on their portfolios, some are more aggressive at different times. So when you come to an accredited mortgage professional like ourselves, we're able to look at all the different lending institutions to make sure that the product that you're going into not only has the best rate, but also has the best terms.
Would it be fair to say, Mike, that a lot of people don't do this because they think it's a big hassle?
They could be, but I think a lot of times it's more the knowledge level simply isn't there. So quite often when we don't understand something, we're not comfortable with something.
You stick with what you know?
We just put it aside and, we tend to focus on things that we're comfortable with.
Yeah. What about, real quick, we have a minute left, mortgage rates right now. A lot of people are thinking about and talking about locking in right now because the rates are so good. What's your take on that?
You know what? We still have an extended period of time where interest rates are going to be low. The Bank of Canada has already stipulated that, given what's happening in the economy, given what's happening around the world, if Canada starts to step out of line too quickly, it could spell disaster for us as well. So right now, we're actually recommending that people continue with if they've got a variable rate, stick with it for now. There might be a time down the road that there is a good opportunity to lock in, but right now, if you've got a good variable rate mortgage, you know what? You should probably stick with it. You know, for at least a 6 to 8 month. Maybe at that point in time we start looking at locking in.
Right.
But still some great rates out there.
Yeah. And again, this is advice you can get with people that work for you. You've got lots of great agents, right?
Lots of accredited mortgage professionals. We've got more agents than anybody else in the city. So,
yeah. Mike, good to see you. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, mortgagebrokersottawa.com. Check it out. And check out that mortgage statement that you get. If you haven't already, it should be coming your way very soon. It usually comes around tax time and all that, you know. 7:28, quick break. There's your ski conditions this morning. An update on the day's top stories is on the way.